Once upon a time, in the crystal clear waters of Coral Bay, there lived a curious little fish named Finny. Finny was no ordinary fish. He was a small blue fish with bright yellow fins that sparkled in the sunlight. Unlike the other fish who were content swimming around their familiar reefs, Finny always dreamed of exploring the vast ocean beyond his home. He wondered what lay out there in the deep blue waters and what amazing adventures he could have if he only dared to swim further than any fish in Coral Bay had ever gone before. One sunny morning, as the rays of sunlight danced through the water, Finny decided that today was the day he would leave the safety of the coral reefs and set out on his great adventure. He said goodbye to his friends and family, who all warned him of the dangers of the open ocean, but Finny's heart was filled with excitement and curiosity. He swam swiftly through the water, eager to see what lay beyond the familiar sights of his home. As Finny ventured further from Coral Bay, he marveled at the beauty around him. The water was a deep blue, and the seafloor was covered with shimmering shells and strange plants he had never seen before. Colorful fish darted in and out of the seaweed, and a family of turtles swam by, slowly waving their flippers in greeting. Finny was amazed at the diversity of life in the ocean, and he felt more alive than ever. After a few hours of swimming, Finny spotted a large shadow in the distance. As he swam closer, he realized it was an enormous shipwreck resting on the ocean floor. The ship was old and covered in barnacles, its wooden frame broken and weathered by years of being underwater. Finny's eyes widened with wonder as he explored the nooks and crannies of the wreck. There were treasures scattered all around, old chests filled with shiny coins, broken pieces of pottery, and even a few rusty swords. Finny couldn't believe his luck. He had found a real-life pirate ship. As Finny swam deeper into the ship, he heard a faint noise coming from one of the dark corners. His heart raced, but his curiosity got the better of him. He followed the sound and soon found himself in a small chamber at the very bottom of the wreck. There in the corner was a small fish trapped under a piece of broken wood. The fish was struggling to get free, but the wood was too heavy. Finny quickly swam over, and using all his strength, he pushed against the wood until it moved just enough for the fish to wiggle out. The fish was thin and pale, clearly exhausted from being trapped for so long. "Thank you, Finny," the fish said weakly. "My name is Gil, and I have been stuck here for days. I thought I would never be free." Finny smiled and helped Gil swim out of the shipwreck and into the open water. Gil explained that he had been separated from his school of fish during a storm and had gotten lost in the shipwreck while trying to find his way back. Finny felt a sense of pride knowing he had helped another fish in need. He invited Jill to join him on his adventure, and together they continued exploring the ocean. As the two friends swam further, they came across a vast underwater canyon. The walls of the canyon were steep and dark, and Finny felt a little uneasy as they descended into its depths. But his curiosity kept him going. At the bottom of the canyon, they discovered a hidden cave glowing with a soft blue light. Inside the cave were strange glowing plants and mysterious sea creatures that Finny had never seen before. It was like a whole new world beneath the ocean floor. Finny and Gil spent hours exploring the cave, swimming through its winding tunnels and marveling at the wonders within. But as the day went on, Finny began to feel tired. He realized that he had been swimming for a long time and he was far from home. It was then that he remembered the warnings of his family and friends about the dangers of venturing too far into the ocean. Gil noticed Finny's exhaustion and suggested they return to Coral Bay before it got dark. Finny agreed, and the two friends began their long journey back home. That night, as Finny rested in his cozy coral bed, he thought about his adventure. He had seen so many incredible things and met new friends like Gil, but he also realized the importance of being careful and knowing his limits. The ocean was vast and full of wonder, but it could also be dangerous if he wasn't prepared. The lesson of the story: the adventure of Finny. The fish teaches us that it is important to explore the world around us and satisfy our curiosity, but we must also be mindful of our limits. Finny's journey showed that there is beauty and excitement in discovering new places, but it is always important to stay safe and listen to the advice of those who care about us. Just as Finny helped Gil along the way, we should be kind and lend a hand to others in need while making sure we find our way back to the safety of home.